What's good? Welcome to First Stream Podcast. On today's episode of First Stream Podcast, we have the one and only Rick Doc Walker joining us to get us ready for week 1 of the NFL season. Y'all know how we do. We got a lot of things to catch up on with Doc as well. We're going to go division by division for you guys and get you guys ready for that. I hope y'all are ready. We got a packed show. We're going to get right to it. Let's go.
Yeah.
First Stream Podcast. Yeah. Q Danny. Dre on the beat. You know. Yeah. What's your favorite squad? Tell me who you going with. First Stream Podcast. Yeah, we keep it lit. We got the latest updates. We don't pump fake. Like, comment, share. We don't care. Feel free to hate. We got great guests. Join us. You should chime in. Houdini on the intro for the time being. Lady A, representing Washington. Pick Washington, everything Washington. Aunt Mo coming out of Dallas, you know the business. Said, them Georgia Bulldogs ain't quitting. Yeah, if you ain't watching sports, you ain't living. About to get my mattress Mac on, about to bet $1 million. Bet $1 million. Let's talk about it. We all grown and cool, we can talk about it. Before we hit the news, we gon' talk about it. Oh, you wanna bet? Let's pop a bottle bout it.
To like and subscribe to First String Podcast. Hit the bell to enable alerts for new content just like this. Y'all know how we do. The most important part is that you guys tell a friend to tell a friend about First String Podcast. It could be beneficial to you. You know what I'm talking about. Let's get the squad in here real fast. My right-hand man, the dude behind the mask that makes everything go. What's up, Blink? How you doing, man?
What's going on, my brother? How we doing today?
Hey, I survived a birthday weekend. Yeah. Pockets got heavy, too. Pockets got real heavy.
I bet they did. I bet they did. They're gonna learn to listen to somebody on the podcast, and one of these times they're gonna learn to listen.
You're gonna learn. Let's bring in the sunshine, the HR. Let's see if I get a fine for being late. Lady A, how are you?
Definitely get a fine. I was being polite and I held on to some of your fines from Thursday and Saturday. So there's that.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. Listen. Please forward all my fines to Say It and Ron.
Oh, no,
divide them up between Say It and
Ron. Big pockets now.
Yeah, no, Say It and Ron got me covered.
Mm-hmm.
They do. All right, now let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend, the one who wished me happy 69th birthday. I'm not 69. Doc.
If Doc
how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Good. Told you, as long as Lady A with the group, man, I'm good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Say it, we got nice shoes. Say it, we got nice shoes. That's what we got. We got nice shoes. Yeah. Listen, let's say what's up to everybody in the chat real fast. Bruce is in the building, first and foremost in the building. Then we have Bruce. Queen Coco here today. Hey, hello, lady. Thank you all for the birthday wishes as well. Dump Truck Don, we got the question of the month for you, Doc. I think you'll enjoy this question of the month. Peace and greetings, everyone. I don't know who this is.
The Ahava affirmations.
Yeah. I don't know who that is. First time, but welcome. Coco said, "What's up, big dog?" Of course, still the queen, okay. Of course. Yeah. And then Truth picks what?
Don.
Yeah, hey, I listen, my liver's still mad at me. My liver is still
on Saturday,
yeah.
Don.
Ooh, yes. Okay.
Thank you, Coco. We got. You see how Pitt tried to go past that really quickly.
Man, slid right past.
First off, we all know she's the prettiest one on the podcast.
Oh, but thank you. You're so kind.
Yeah, because I will never call.
Y'all
I'm never. Good. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm good. I'm good on that. All right. Let's get this going, Doc. How have you been? And Doc, let's start with this. The Pac-12 This is the final season of the Pac-12. That's your Conference of Champions. You were very proud alum of that conference, UCLA, and everything like that. How do you feel about the conference going away? Because we haven't had a chance to catch up with you about that yet.
I feel great. I mean, they're going to make millions, so you got to make money. There's 8 teams in the NCAA that have been on the NIL program, Georgia being one of them. They've been doing this. Is great. The rest of the teams now get a chance to play on an equal or level playing field. So you got to do it.
Yeah. The Pac-12 going undefeated this week was amazing for one. All right.
Means nothing.
If you don't stop being bitter.
Such a hater.
But
He's right.
You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Big Ten went undefeated 2006.
Okay.
LSU won a championship.
Right.
2011, the Big 12 went undefeated. LSU won a championship. 2005, the Big Ten went undefeated. Florida won a championship.
Okay.
2012, the Big 12 went undefeated. Bama won a championship. Means nothing.
Okay.
See, y'all think I be joking when I call this dude stats and facts. He's sitting there ready to pop off at me.
Ready. He was ready.
He's right.
He's ready.
He's right. Anybody, I mean, only who's scheduled an equal? Florida State. That was the only real King Kong Godzilla matchup.
Yep.
Everybody else was donating to the future, donating to HBCUs, and donating to everything else they're doing. They don't have scrimmages. They have to be able to get work in, and Oregon did it the right way. If I'm gonna pay you, I'm gonna wear your behind out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna play everybody and get film on my whole team, putting up 70. The people that were nail biters, that was embarrassing. A lot of people thought they were better than they actually performed. And so watching Duke and Clemson, that was a game.
Yeah.
That was a game. And Duke, that you're looking for, there's only 4 or 5 unique personalities that are coaching, that are making a move. And you can see who they are. You can tell. That's why I have a lot of respect for Kentucky and what they go up against. And when you're at Mississippi State and you're Arkansas and you have a special season, you got some unique personalities in that building because you're outmanned basically every week. And to compete and stay healthy, the SEC, it's a gauntlet. So you might have talent, but do they stay healthy and go every week? What Alabama and Georgia and LSU have on you, an injury does not affect them like it affects other people because they're too deep, legitimately too deep with people that you couldn't recruit. That's the difference. So when I see a program, I look out and I go, Duke? Not only came out there, I love the helmet, the moniker. They look good. Place was packed, and they tapped that tail. I mean, they came out, and it quite frankly could have been worse. So they turned the ball over, and their premise is that when you have less, you can't give up anything.
Nothing.
And they usually don't turn it over. And where are they great? On special teams. So you can see that guy. I mean, I'm so disappointed in the NFL that I look for who's the next one, who's gonna come, who's that next Joe Gibbs that you didn't know who he was. Now you'd have to be an insider to know he coached at USC and Florida State, powerhouses. So he was with Don Coryell and he took it out, but you didn't know. I didn't know. Nobody knew. That's what these owners, billionaires, have got to do. Find me the next great thing. I'm impressed by that. Duke impressed the hell out of me, and Deion impressed the hell out of me by assembling a staff that might be among the best in the entire country. Because they're teachers. You can't get a whole bunch of new people together, and if it was a concert, and he's an orchestra guy, but they had some people in there in them horn sections that were brilliant teachers, percussions. Their people outperformed a team that had a better roster.
Right.
And they went old school. The brother Hunter going both ways.
Yep.
In game one in 100-degree temperature.
Yep.
See, that was old school. That was the performance of the day, not just the interviews and how Deion is a brilliant motivator, but his assistants, check his staff. They got pedigree, they've got results, and that was really exciting for me to see that done.
Doc, he came up to Maryland to get his offensive coordinator.
He went all over the country, but everybody on his staff is worthy. And a lot of them cats don't get opportunities in the NFL.
Right.
And they're great teachers. So if I was a billionaire owner, I'll tell you what, I'd be robbing. I know where I'd go to rob personnel.
So
people
Doc,
turn wine into water into wine. That's what I'm looking for.
So Doc, I literally have to ask you this. So Deion, this is not just a two-hit wonder, right? Deion put in the work. I'm talking like high school. He put that work in high school. Then he goes to a HBCU, and from there he parlays that into a D1. And his staff, just like you spoke about, is getting better every time he moves up to the next level, right? Deion putting all this work in. Is the NFL ready for this, or Deion will never get a shot?
Well, again, after one game, the NCAA, he got to write his book. I mean, he writes the book, and the book will determine the outcome. We all know that not everybody has opportunities to go in the NFL, men of color. So his path is not normal. There's nothing normal about it. His staff are guys that, quite frankly, should be in the NFL coaching. That's how well they teach, and they put it on display. That's like a substitute teacher coming into a class and elevating her class and getting them ready for an SAT or ACT. That you can. I look. The defense gave up way too many points. I get that. Both teams did, and TCU came out national championship. Anybody give up 40, I wouldn't be talking about the following week. But I look beyond that because those kids are still getting familiar with everything, and defense is harder to build on it because it is so many intricacies of knowing what you're supposed to be without talking. That's why offensive line play is so hard to develop. It ain't one guy, it's five operating as one. So it takes a lot of time. And I mean, Shador, his son, I mean, he's putting the ball on the money. He's throwing dimes, and they're going to even get better. I mean, just wait. If he stays there, and I really hope he does, if he stays there 5 years, they'll win a national championship. It's no doubt in my mind. It's going to be a tsunami. And because of where they are and the fact that he can get kids in, and with that staff, he keeps that staff intact, and the way he helps, even if you don't end up playing ball, being around him, the way he motivates and gives you life lessons. That's what I love about him. He's a superstar, but he's pure blue collar.
Yeah.
You know, you don't even think of Deion as a corner as a coach.
No.
He's more like a linebacker and a fullback as a coach. And that's why he's unique. He's gifted. Again, if I was a billionaire, I'd be trying to get him I'd try to hire him as my head coach because he's special. And it's just amazing to see. Now, his path we know it ain't the same road.
Right.
But in terms of talent, if Urban Meyer can get a shot to go to a team, then Deion Sanders deserves to get a shot. And ultimately, if that's what he wants, he'll be able to do the exact same thing because he's gifted.
All right. So, Doc, there's one more thing I want to catch up with you on before we start talking Commanders because we're headed that way. And that is Gil Brandt, the Godfather. Doc, you've been doing this for quite a while. You've been doing radio. I hear you everywhere, XM, everything like that. Gil Brandt, a heck of a personnel guy, a heck of a talent on the radio. We lost him last week.
He was a good dude. I really enjoyed him. You would not have known he was an icon because he was just normal. I met him in college and have known him all the way through my broadcast, playing and broadcast, always engaging. We always talk trash with Cowboys deal. Yep. Yeah, and he was that was a loss, man. I really, you had to pray for his family because he was special. He really was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, if you guys hadn't done it, or if you haven't talked to us, you're not going to talk to him anymore. But to speak to Gil Brandt on the radio, it was an honor. Like, they rang that bell for you the first time you called. And the first time I got to talk to the Godfather, I was like choked up. It was like the first time I called Doc on the air. I was stuttering and stumbling all over my words. But you get through it.
Yeah.
You get through it, and you just admire their work. I can tell you, man, he puts in a lot of work. And when I had questions about the draft or certain personnel, that's where I would go. I would go listen to Gil. Just an all-time guy. And you guys want to know why the Dallas Cowboys were so good for so long? It was Gil.
Yeah.
Gil, he set that whole thing up. So
their personnel department is still elite.
Yeah.
They identify talent as well, if not any better than anybody. And you're judged by everybody has busts and everybody makes bad decisions, but they're never empty.
Yeah.
If they could ever clean up January, it's over. But you can never say they avoid a talent. That ain't never going to be the case, because they're really, really good at identifying talent. Then you get the talent in, and you got to get the talent to produce. And yeah, I mean, they're always in it. Now, the Cowboy fans, January is like it's like sunlight to a vampire to them. But what wouldn't we give to be in January every year?
Right.
So I ain't mad at them.
Doc, I call it the Cowboy flu. Right, because right now, right now, they're gonna ride sky high, and they're gonna feel real good. They're gonna be out here, doing everything. But come January, they'll be down.
Oh no, Derek Davis called me tonight. I declared they all. And look, I just go, hey, it's yours now. I'll see you in January.
Yep.
I'll find
Cowboy
you in January. Yeah.
Yep.
But I tell you what, I trade with them in a minute.
Yeah.
Because they're never in last place. And that's what it's all about. Whether you win it or not, you may not win it every year. But if you're competitive every year, you're giving your fan base that every year, man, that's what you're looking for. It's that consistency that New England had forever. And everybody's had runs. We've had a run. The Niners are also another program. They've had some very difficult Januaries, but they always seem to be in it. LA in it with Purdy.
Yep.
So they just blow the myth out of the water that you got to have John Unitas to be good. So that's development. That's teaching. Shanahan is genius offensively.
Yeah.
And you got to give Ted, their owner, York, you got to give him a ton of credit. You never hear about him. Yet they're fully funded.
Mm-hmm.
They're first class in their travel. They treat their alumni like gods. They are first class all the way across the board. And that's all you can ask for.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, Doc. All right, it's time to get your thinking cap on, because you and I have to answer a question here. So Don's question of the month is right up your alley, Doc. Your top 5 special teamers of all time. They cannot all be returners. Your top 5 special teamers.
Well, I've been to turn this off the top of my head. Pete Wysocki, in no specific order, but Dallas Hickman, Pete Wysocki, Greg Williams. I think Otis Wansley may be the best of all time, and Johnny Thomas. I mean, just off the top of my head.
Okay.
I give you that, and I couldn't even get them all.
Right.
The one thing where the Burgundy and Gold have been completely dominant, even through bad coaching errors, special teams, and George Allen deserves all the credit in the world, and Joe Gibbs, who continued it. Everybody knows the Wild Bunch. It used to be called the Wild Bunch.
The Wild Bunch.
And it was you were on, and the great coaches that they've had to coach special teams, the MVP in the league. And I left Mark off because he's the MVP of the league.
Well, he's on my list.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, I figured just because the cover guys never get credit, never get mentioned.
Yeah.
And I left, and again, Daryl Grant could be on there. If I really, again, I just top of my head, Mike Sellers. There's no way to do a top 5 with the burgundy and gold. You have to do a top 25. There's been that many of them. Yeah, I mean, you can't do a top 5. And that's why I'm saying Quentin Lowry. It goes on and on and on. Reed, the kid they have there now,
Reeves. Yeah.
If not, he's done it a year or 2 years.
Yeah.
These brothers did it for 5, and he will be there.
Yeah.
And some of the all-time greats on teams will come out of this group because they ball out on team. They got the best punter in the league.
Yes.
They've got their cover guys. I mean, it's Cheeseman is an honorary All-Pro. So that's one thing that we can talk trash with any fan base in the world is when it comes to special teams.
I agree.
So my list goes a little something like this: Ray Guy,
Okay.
Justin Tucker,
Mm-hmm.
Mark Mosley, B. Mitch,
Of course.
and Dante Hall.
See, I left the returners off. I mean,
the human joystick.
Mitchell, to me, and Mike Nelms. Them brothers.
Didn't I tell you Doc was going to say Mike Nelms? I told you Doc was going to say Mike Nelms.
They're gods, but they'd be the first to tell you that without Sellers, ask B. Mitch about Mike Sellers. And I know Nelms will tell you about World Grant. Whoever was the center in that wedge, the captain of those wedges. They're guys that I would I could come up with 20.
Doc, and we didn't even say Lorenzo Alexander. We didn't say nothing about Lorenzo Alexander, who's amazing.
The one-man gang, he might be top 3 all time. That's what I'm saying. It's too many of them.
Right. So, all right, Don, we got your question of the month in, and that was a great one. And I told Don as soon as he gave us that question of the month, I said, man, you making me work on this one.
Right.
But it was nothing for Doc. It's just right off the top of his head. All right. So let's get into the Commanders and the Cardinals. But first, Doc, the last time we talked, we was getting ready to go into training camp. And just really quick with you, I want to know how much growth did you see from the beginning of training camp until they broke? And are they ready in your standpoint of just, what they did, and did they get better?
I think they got much better offensively. It's day and night. How that translates, I won't know till after the game.
Right.
But from what I saw, Eric Bieniemy picked up the tempo.
Yeah.
And by picking up the tempo on offense, the defense had no other. They had to compete, and boy, they competed. So Del Rio's crew, highly competitive, young thugs that love to compete. And so it was a perfect match. Bieniemy, we don't have enough time to talk about the impact. If this season works out for them, he definitely needs to be given a parade. Now, they got to catch the ball. They got to block people. They got to do a lot of things. But to answer your question, it was an outstanding camp. They scrimmaged the best group of thugs in the league. That's who I would want to spar with all the time, Ravens. Your sparring partner, and if you listen to what Coach Tomlin and the Steelers said, when they asked him about why he playing his starters, he go, a boxer has a spar to train, get ready for a fight.
Right.
You got to spar. You got to play football.
Right.
And that's why the Steelers and the Ravens and the Seahawks and the Patriots, it's a different level. They're defensive minded, but football is padded, it's physical, and that's how the game is. And that's why those teams over the long haul are consistently in the fight.
All right. Doc, who was your this is not MVP, but who was your most improved coming out of camp? Who did you see that was like, oh, he's going to be a force right here, and they made it through to the other side and stuck to the team?
I couldn't, because I was looking at Cosme. I was looking for people I already know can play, but when you're making a move from tackle to guard, I think he could be elite. That caught my eye. He's a hell of a player. I'm not discovering anything, but it's a natural fit for him if they can afford to keep him there. I'm not certain they're going to be able to keep him there because the tackle play was way too inconsistent for my blood.
Yeah. Okay.
So that I have to see. I was proud of Sadiq, and I was Chris Paul, because no one separated, but both of them got better, and they need them desperately because you need both of them. Because if one gets nicked, and Charles hasn't shown that he can play 4 weeks in a row, so the backup to him is a starter, and so the backups have got to think they're starters. Right. And the offensive line is the weakest unit based on results. Because we haven't seen it. Doesn't mean they are, but maybe they can prove me wrong. But right now, that was my topic to see that they function. Now, we don't see game planning, so it's raw, but that's where I like it. And so I would say that receivers are loaded, the backs are loaded. The D-line came in heavy, now it's depleted. Right. And that's why their depth is so important, because they should still give you the same results. They're that deep. But now they're getting thin because if one of the backups goes down, now we got a potential problem. But it hadn't happened yet, so we'll see what happened. I thought Khaleke Hudson, an inside linebacker, to me was the best linebacker on he's a player. And, everybody else we got to get into a game plan for me to see it. I thought, everybody just kind of showed what I thought we'd see based on how limited preseason is.
All right, Lady A, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Get in there.
I mean, I have a quick question in reference to before the start of the season. Is there anyone, Doc, that you're sad to see go? Hopefully, they'll be on the practice squad and may come back around during the season.
Patterson is the only guy I'm sad to see go.
Okay.
But I didn't want the entire team to come back that's in last place. So I got no emotional ties to none of them.
Right.
Yeah, but I love what he presented, but I understand the game. He's shown he can play. Right now it's a little stacked. Hopefully he gets on the practice squad and works his way up. And that's what he's got to go through. Owen Wright with the Ravens, running back. Similar situation. I love that kid. Saw him grow up, Briggs' grandson, and he battled his butt off. There are guys that are pure football players. They do everything. He plays special teams. He can run his butt off. He can catch. He blocks. He does everything right. But the numbers game is that when people are drafted ahead of you or they have more money invested in them, you lose all ties. And Rodriguez, who I just absolutely adore, there was no way he wasn't going to be there. I love the backfield. That backfield room is so thick. I think it's the best position on the team. And so, that was a hard one to run.
Okay.
That's my opinion. Yeah.
Okay. All right, say it.
That was very interesting. Did he say that about the running backs being the best position?
The most talented. They got the best skill set.
Yeah.
They all run, block, catch, are athletic, and they actually do it in game. They produce every time they get. They all flash. They're athletic. They're freaks. They got it all.
Okay,
well, there's a condition, and they're healthy. They show up to work. They show up to work.
Well, then tell me about the defensive line. Then that's who I thought.
What about them?
Y'all best asset.
An asset has to be. I mean, if they're not playing, I don't know how you judge that. I don't judge. And I don't blame them for not being there. It's hard to be there. But you asked a question. I can't go to work if you ain't. And they don't play. They don't play together. I've hardly ever seen them together.
Yeah.
And so the way they was gashed, in every game I see them in, people run right up the middle on them at will. I see Cleveland game. I mean, they have the potential. If we're forecasting, you can give them all that. I don't do that.
Right.
I go by, I look, are you there? What are you doing? What production are you giving me? You are, you aren't.
Okay. I can go with that.
No, I ain't convincing nobody.
No.
You asked me a question.
What I'm saying, what I'm saying is I can see.
I don't give a damn what round you drafted in.
Right.
I judge your production by what you do.
Right. That's all I'm saying. I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Because my mindset, like you said, you haven't seen those guys together because one's been hurt here, one's been hurt here, or they haven't been paid here. So, but that's what I'm saying. I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, and I ain't mad at them. I love them to death.
Right.
And I'm waiting on them.
Right.
Hopefully they all get ready. I'm praying for them.
Yeah, that's what
I got the Cardinals, man. I got to go. Who's going to be there for the Cardinals? Yeah.
You got that right.
Yeah.
Doc, so we got this segment called Leaking Oil, right? We got this segment called Leaking Oil. Sid does this segment, right? And I'll be praying because I don't know who he's going to put on there that's leaking oil. I just be praying that he's not going to say, Commanders, your defensive line is leaking oil. I just don't want us to be on that segment. That's all I'll be like, okay, Sid, we got leaking oil today.
Right, cross your fingers.
Cross your fingers. That's all you can do. So to see them play together is what I'm looking for in week 1.
Right.
When with Chase, without Chase, but Sweat, Allen, and Payne, and whoever that fourth person is, they come angry, upset, and ready to get after the Cardinals offensive line and whoever is touching the ball behind that offensive line. Because if that happens, I didn't think that our linebackers should be able to flow freely, which Lord knows they need help. And our secondary should be able to react to these quick slants and hot routes and things like that and start jumping them and putting the ball in the end zone for 6. You would say we'll just talk about the defensive line. That's pretty much what we need to do is for those guys up front to play together on the other side of the line and not get run on. Am I correct there, Doc?
Well, again, I want Chase. I'm not looking for him to play. I hope he doesn't play personally.
Right.
If it was me, he wouldn't play. I don't want him out there until he can beat Chase Young.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't want and John Allen, who they have to arrest him and handcuff him. An elephant can't have a bad foot. You just kidding yourself. If they can't beat the Cardinals without whomever can't play, then they ain't who I think they are.
You're right.
Wait.
Because it's 53. You acting like it's only 11. It's 53.
I'm there with you.
Next man up, yeah.
I'm there with you, but Doc, I swear, people have been talking about these clones, right? Mm-hmm. And I think I'm trying to figure out if we got the right Doc Walker right now. Because one, Doc is talking about injured players, and Doc Walker don't talk about injured players.
No, you asked me, it's your show,
right?
So I'm answering the question. Yeah.
But two, the second one is Doc has said it's the Arizona Cardinals, and on any given Sunday, you can get beat. You gotta respect your opponent.
Hold on, He said if they don't beat Arizona, they not who we think they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't know. Duke went out there and tapped Clemson's tail.
Yeah, they did.
Right. But Duke brought back a team that has established itself.
Right.
They're in a movement. They're way ahead of Washington in terms of the collective movement because the enemy just got here.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
See, so he's not. I got to judge it for what I see. See, you're doing a talk show, and you asking me the question, and I'm being honest with you. I want Chase to heal. I want John Allen to be at his best, and I don't need him for this. Because their backups have played more than Chase has played in a year.
Yep.
Yes.
So why would I want a guy who hadn't played in a year? That to me is ignorant.
Who's hurt?
I want Hill. I want the guys that are there. Smith Williams. I love them to death. John, if he can't go, I ain't worried about it. You know, they're a little thin now because we got two studs that are out and ain't nothing to do. You hurt. But that was our deepest position. If you'd asked me the question before 2 weeks ago, I'd have said the D-line stacked. They're not stacked if you're hurt.
Right.
So I move it around. That's why I said the running backs, they don't miss practice. They don't miss nothing.
Yeah.
So that's who I'm going with. Now, if they don't have backups, then that's their fault. They have backups. I love the depth on defense. I'm not worried about that at all.
Andre Johnson, the rookie that was just
savage,
working his way up this depth chart. I look forward to seeing him this weekend. Hopefully he'll get some time in there, get some burn. With it being as hot as it is, and this sellout crowd, Doc, this sellout crowd that we are expecting that will be a Commanders crowd. What is that going to do to this defensive line, getting them jacked up, coming out? Hopefully we kicking the ball. Let's go defense, go get them. What is that going to do with all that burgundy and gold in the stands?
The adrenaline rush is going to be good. But see, I just think if you got to they ought to be able to do the same thing if the place was empty.
Yeah.
You're in last place. You don't need no other incentive other than getting out of last place.
Yep.
And showing that you're worthy of them checks you pick up every week. So I just cut to the chase. Why we that don't mean anything to a true competitor. He'd be out there if it was empty. They just coming out there to kick Arizona's ass just because they can. I don't need all them frills. I don't need none of that. That's for fans.
That's for fans.
You're in last place. All you need to say to yourself, we were in last place in the division.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't going nowhere else. So what do I need? I don't need a marching band. I just need the game to start. See, that's all I need. I don't
win.
I don't believe in that. But that's cool. I ain't against none of this. You can have all the celebrations and all that, but I've seen too much of this. This is the same old thing we've been going through year after year after year. Nothing matters but the scoreboard. And we got to win on the scoreboard. And whether or not we got 66,000 or 6,000 there, it has no effect on the outcome.
Yep.
Not for me.
Lydia?
I just have a question because we're talking about a lot about this defensive line. And coming from you, I want to know, do you see, because sometimes I do see holes in our offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
What needs to be done about this offensive line? I mean, what advice would you give? What would you tell them? Because
I couldn't. No. You got the enemy got it.
Okay.
Yeah, you move the pocket. You got an athletic quarterback, and you got thugs in the backfield. That's it.
Okay.
We got to do is run that damn ball, and then come off play action.
Yeah.
And have up tempo, get the ball out of his hands. Avoid him getting clean hits.
Yeah.
What we can't do is what they did against Philadelphia at home last year.
Mm.
That was a massacre up front. Poor kid got killed. That cannot happen. And that was all scheme.
Yeah.
The same players with Eric Bieniemy,
yep,
we'd had a different result. That's what I want you to understand.
Mm-hmm.
That was schematics and a lack of motivating the people to get them to do their jobs at a high level. Sure, they picked some people, but they picked them.
Yeah.
So you got them two fat guards from the Panthers, and they were shot. They're good dudes, but they were shot. Okay, but EB would have got more out of that squeeze than they did. Promise you that.
You know what, Doc? Thank you so much, because you are literally confirming what I was saying last year during that Eagles game in our group text about, the person that was calling the plays. We're not going to say any names, but we just
nice kid. All these people are nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, you cannot be blistered to that degree.
Exactly.
And then just stand for it. What happened against the New York Giants? You set your tackle up. Everybody people don't even know the game.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the dude should never be on an island with a premier pass rusher one-on-one. You can scheme out of that. You don't have to leave anybody that subject. That was a poor design and crappy execution.
Yep.
Eric Bieniemy, same personnel last year. I guarantee you, much different. They almost went to the playoffs with that group.
Yep.
That's how much talent they have. They got talent. I don't make excuses for them because they got enough talent to have won last year.
Mm-hmm.
They just need to get kicked in their rear end and go out there and get the job done.
Well, Doc, I heard they got this service called Rent-A-Jerk.
I know, man. I'm waiting. We wait. Look, a lot of people laugh. That's okay. They laughed at Edison until he got that room lit up.
Yeah, he did.
So I still believe Rent-A-Jerk will find his place in this society. All they had to do was call me over there. Let me get with him.
I just need to know what a Rent-A-Jerk halftime speech is going to look like. I mean, is the Gatorade going to be on the floor?
It's too late at halftime. You got to get over there in mini camp. And training camp. No, it's parenting. Your child don't learn how to walk after one session.
Right, okay.
No, this is parenting is not instant oatmeal.
Mm-mm.
It's a process. Their process left a lot to be desired.
Indeed.
Okay. So Rent-A-Jerk is needed doing
Rent-A-Jerk,
OTAs in
oh
mini
my God.
camps.
You got a kid,
installs.
he ain't doing his homework, call me.
Yeah.
Kid ain't cleaning up his room. I love it when they don't make up their bed.
Mm-hmm.
They don't clean up after him in their room. Please call me. Yeah, that's all. I'll handle it. Yeah.
Okay.
This is a whole infomercial. I love it.
Hey, get that Rent-A-Jerk project out there. Doc,
Rent-A-Jerk, baby.
Tell us about these Arizona Cardinals. What should we be looking for come Sunday? Who do we need to keep an eye on that could hurt us?
I'm not versed on the Cardinals because I'm not versed on any team in the NFL in week 1 because everybody hides everything,
right?
Yep.
And I don't waste my time. The key to life is don't waste your time.
That's what John
You're
Thompson
chasing
said.
a ghost. I'll see him like you'll see him. But what I did watch was the only thing I was interested in was week 1 against Denver when they played the starters.
Okay.
And they murdered the offensive line and everything. They got a new staff. Their strength is against our weakness. That's why they got a fighting chance. Be different if they're good up front. So their strength is their D line. Our weakness right now is our offensive line. So that's a matchup. Their coach is from Philly.
Yeah.
So he mad because the Commanders went down there and tapped his tail in Philadelphia last year. So he got a bone to pick. So if I'm him, I'm blitzing the hell out of them to make them show me the adjustments. See, they got to show me that they can pick up a blitz. That's the only thing I would suggest to the Cardinals. Zero blitz. Just bring everything and let's see what happens. Because if you get a couple of guys the way they blocked in the preseason, some of the practices I've seen, it could get interesting.
Okay.
They went to Baltimore, Doc, and like you said, they showed a lot of attitude.
Oh, they're good.
Right,
These guys are good.
Right.
They got some. These guys are really good. They've got a lot of character. They've got good dudes. All they need is the games to start. Because we got too much rhetoric going on. Our off seasons, the sale. We got everything's moving 100 different ways. I just want to get to football. Once we get to football, then I think the guys have worked their butts off. I like this team a lot.
Yeah.
I have really high aspirations for the team. If the depth is as good as I think it is going to be, and they can figure out this 5 guys up front, then everything's on the table based on what I've seen. I like them a lot.
Yeah. So I believe that Eric will scheme this up to give Sam the best chance, of course, but part of that is running the ball, right? Just like you said, that's the best group. You got 3 studs back there, but you can't just – it's not just 3 yards in a cloud of dust no more. This is not what this league is about. And we have these wonderful weapons on the outside, Jahan Dotson, Samuels, Terry. My question here is, did we miscast Terry in the wrong way? I like to think that he was like one of my favorite, which was Art Monk. But it seems to me more as Terry has grown that he's more Gary Clarkish. Like he's
All
that
I
dude
know is that
that's
he's
going
a
to
Pro Bowl. He to me, he's one of the best in the league. And I like him to heal so he can show it. But the good news is that, dude, that was my second loaded room with talent. They're ready to go now.
Yeah.
They have superior depth. And the kid from Carolina was the highlight of the whole summer for me because he's a 2. And he's killed it. He's killed it in camp. And they not that they needed it because they are loaded over there. So when I see that competitiveness going like the corners, we haven't even talked about St. Juice all summer.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, he's a diamond.
Yeah.
And then you hit the jackpot coming out of Mississippi State. The Bulldog can play. So corners and the whole secondary, they're canines, man. They fly to the ball. They can cover. And they will get pressure because, Sweat's healthy.
Yeah.
He never gets mentioned. He's an inch away from 12 to 15 sacks every time he walks on the season starts. He's that close to greatness. So the question is he going to push his game up just an inch or so? And if he does that, because see, our right side is nicked up. The left side is 100% well. So you got two freaks playing next to each other. Most teams have one. Let's say potentially we have four, but we got two going to be playing all out. Why am I worried? Worried? I ain't worried at all, because that's enough. All you need is two freaks on every level, and they got them. Now, whether or not they get it done, that's on him. But if you ask me right now, are you not betting on Duran? What? Yeah, I'm pushing all the chips in. On Payne. Yeah, all the chips go in. All the chips go in on Sweat. So I'm loaded. I'm ready for the game. Because if those two guys, and they're there, what more do you need? Who has four? Nobody, really.
Nobody.
Right.
No.
So why do we have to have four?
You got four first rounders. You got four first rounders on the defensive side of the ball. You got zero on your offensive side of the board. And offensive side of the ball, and you wonder why your offensive line is the weakest part of your team.
On paper,
it's because you on paper, on paper you neglected it.
Wrong in 6 or 7 weeks.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
But you neglected it, and anytime you neglect something, it deteriorates. Sage, you ready to get in there? Get in there, sir.
I mean, y'all said it all. It's no more this horse I need to beat. I mean, it is what it is. We saw it. I watched it. I watched the Arizona. I watched each one of the Arizona games.
So you saw what I saw. You saw Denver?
The defensive coordinator from Philadelphia, he's bringing it from everywhere. So if you got a weak offensive line,
what would you do? Man, I would be salivating. If I'm Arizona, I can't wait to get off the bus to get there, because nobody's counting on them. That's why I said in an earlier show, it's a bad matchup, because I personally want to open up within the division every year. We end it, and I like to open with it, because then I don't have to worry about chasing you all summer. Are you lifting? Are you running? If you playing the Cowboys, the Giants, or the Eagles, you know damn well you better be doing what you're going to do. You're going to get depleted. Just what happened last year. That was an embarrassment when Philadelphia came up in here. Yeah. That was an embarrassment.
I agree.
That's what the division does. But then they messed around and got the Cardinals, and then everybody, they're the worst. Mess around and listen to that stupidity, all right? And you will get, just like Clemson, walked up in there in Durham, and look what happened. That's exactly what can happen.
And they weren't the only ones.
That's
Texas Southern went down there and tapped Baylor across the head, too.
There you go. See, and that's why this is the greatest game on earth. Because if these dudes, now, I'm not worried about it, because AB, one thing I know, they're going to be fine. Because they're going to treat this like they playing, it's got to be a playoff atmosphere for them. Washington's got to come in as if this is the first round of playoffs. That's how serious they have got to be. If not, these boys will jump up on you because of the East, because they coach has insight on you more so than any other coach would, because he was in the division. And he knows your weak spot, because hell, he blitzed you when you didn't consider it to be weak.
Right.
What do you think he will look at this group? He killed the last group you had.
Yeah.
So
he had the quarterback shook. He had the quarterback.
Yeah. But to Washington's credit, they went down to South Philadelphia and did their thing.
Yep.
That's why this team is so frustrating. Same team and go down and beat Philly. A couple years back, they went down, tapped the black and gold tail.
Yeah, they did.
They will come up, and that's what frustrates me about them. If they were just lousy, I wouldn't even get my blood pressure up. They underachieve.
Yeah.
They don't come out ready all the time. That to me is a management function. Don't tell me you don't have it, because I've seen what you can do.
All right.
But they do it on their terms. And I don't like that.
Right. Listen, Doc, you've given us plenty of time. And I know you got to get up early, get your walk in, everything like that. Hey, Doc, I want to thank you. But I want to also say that Lady A will be tailgating on Sunday. She said
I
Make
am.
sure you. That's what you.
I'll be there. I'll be there. So Doc, I may catch you.
Well, yeah, like I say, I love our guys in blue, and they always say for security purposes and the crowd control, for me not to announce what I'm gonna do or where I'm gonna be. So
Yeah,
I have to holler at you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Doc. You get it. She will definitely. She's gonna be in the building, Doc. Doing her thing, and we appreciate you, Doc. Can't wait to see the results of this game. Hopefully, Doc, we get you back on Tuesday next week. Because hey, it's
man,
nothing like
look,
a victory with Doc.
Let me tell you something. I'm excited for the city. I love what this new ownership done. They put their money where their mouth is.
Right.
They don't tell you what they're planning to do. They done already dropped big paper. And they understand you got new scoreboards, new sound systems.
Right.
Their intentions, they're real. They're on the ground. They sitting in the stands. They're not in a damn luxury box.
Mm-hmm.
They want us.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. It's just like you ain't the only people got money, but they don't play that card. And so the last guy said he was from here too. Said he grew up here too. Said all the same thing. And he threw a lot of money around, but he threw it in the wrong places.
Right.
This group is sports centric because he's the owner of a sports teams. Yeah. He ain't pulling out a Cracker Jack box and figuring out what he's going to do. The man's experience with Philadelphia and the Devil, he's already a gamer. If this was like you young people playing on a video game, he's a gamer. See? And so that's why I feel so comfortable. Now, if we can just get the locker room focused in one direction, this could be really exciting. The potential is there. They've already shown us what they could do. Now, with that pit bull in the building, you ain't got no other choice now. You ain't got no choice. And I think that Del Rio, we haven't been mentioned, we ain't said a whole bunch about how they've developed all them young boys in that backfield. It's a worker. It's a genius. And Jack lost his defensive back coach.
Yeah, he did.
You got to pay attention. When you get new coaches, O-line coach, what Coach T
Coach
and
Z,
Coach C has done.
Yeah.
Z last year showed he's a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Ron had hired a friend of the family. That kid had got rid of that bum. And Z comes in and boom, boy to the Pro Bowl.
Yep.
Big boy blows up inside. That's coaching. And now Ryan, Kerrigan, Coach K, Coach Z. And if those kids listen, that's how them two rookies made the squad. Now, injuries have some factor, but look how they progressed.
Right.
Because when you get coached, it's like Deion's boys. You can come in through the tunnel, portal, whatever, in limited time, look at the results. That's coaching.
Yeah, it is.
That ain't just hiring some friend of the family. That's getting people in there that coach. And they get Warren Sapp come out there and coach, and I credit them for that.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't showing no ego. They know ain't nobody can get to you like Sapp.
Yep.
Right.
And they expose him to them. I'm telling you what, man. You ain't got to worry about the structure. All that's intact. All they got to do is play.
Right.
That's it. It's play.
Doc, we didn't even say anything about the young quarterback. We'll save that for next Tuesday. We'll save it for next Tuesday.
You heard me when I did the games.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I wasn't worried. I told you, this boy is a deal. Now, you can't beat him to death, but give him some time. He ain't going to be your problem. He is not the weak link. And that's all you got to say to yourself. Your quarterback can never be the weak link. He ain't the weak link.
There you go. There you go. Get your 14 jerseys ready. Thank you, Doc. We really appreciate it.
All right,
can't wait to see you.
Nation. Yeah, well, I'll be.
Yes, sir.
We'll be talking. Yeah,
yes, sir.
Be talking.
Yes, sir.
Post game show. I'll be on the post game. No matter what, I'll be. And I hope it's a post game celebration, not a wake.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because we don't want Sid to be talking about you leaking oil.
Well, yeah, you know what? No, but he calling it what he see.
Yeah.
Calling it what he see. Calling what he see. What Sid need to do is focus on driver's ed And he might need to go back on campus
whoa.
and be a driver's ed instructor. Because what they need right now is driver's ed instructors.
You can blame Jeep and them track hawks.
Whatever.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait. You know what? It's so cool to see that it's here. And we got a King Kong Godzilla matchup this week, Bama and the Longhorns.
Yep.
And I just live
prime
when
time.
We get them Titan contests. I know you got to help the other schools and all that, but we live for them 4 or 5 classic matchups. Yeah. That's what it's all about, man. Yeah. I can't wait. Yeah. And the Bulldogs, see, when you got a chance to three-peat, I got to be for that because that's total dominance, and it ain't been done.
Doc, so, he is already out of control.
I'm trying.
He should be.
He's trying to hide in the background. We want nobody to notice that we still rolling through.
No, I'm telling you. You know how I'm happy for him because that's greatness, and we need to see it. It's so hard to sustain that.
Yeah,
I live for it. I love dynasties because I know how hard it is to sustain it. That's the hard part. So hey, man, I ain't hating.
Yeah, you got to do it like Miami did it. You got to have the ones that set that groundwork come back and explain it to these guys of what it means to wear this uniform, of the work that you got to put in to get on the field, of everything that you got to give, your blood, your sweat, your tears, for the man next to you, not for yourself.
Well,
that's what it's all
need
about.
To step up in Miami then.
Ooh. Well, well, Georgia
has never fallen off that far. No, and look, and I'm glad to see the Seminoles back.
Oh yes,
I love the U, but come on, man, we talking now. They got to do it on the field.
Yeah.
But all that prayer meeting and stuff that ain't worked. The Seminoles have bounced back in prime time, and I'm proud of that because it ain't no joke, man. What you saw, that's what I'm saying. You can't talk about it. You got to get it going. All right, do your thing, man. I'm out. It's time. It's time to get ready for. I'm practicing for the victory.
Yeah.
Victory cigars.
Get your victory cigars ready.
Yes,
Doc.
Good deal. Later.
Later, Doc. That was the one and only Doc Walker. Hold on. Yeah, that was the one. Doc, where can they catch you this week? Where can they catch you at this week before you get out?
Oh man, that's classified. I mean,
that's classified.
I'm gonna be on game day. Tom's Watch Bar by the Navy Yard. I'm gonna be there for pregame, and then I'll be moving around, man. I got 3 or 4 spots I got to get, and touch the people.
Doc is always on the move, so
hey, you know what? I'm holding revivals, man.
I had to run up on Doc, y'all. I
got it. Look, we got to reconnect an entire fan base and get back to being number one. It ain't gonna be easy.
No,
because we've been dormant. We've been like the cicadas. We've been out like 17 years.
Yeah.
So we coming back like the cicadas. This is return of the cicadas. Yeah. Hey, man, y'all be good, man.
All right, Doc.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Lady A, for getting Doc on. We really do appreciate that. Doc say pick. I'm not coming on. Lady A, talk to Doc. I'll be there. Wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
It happens that way.
I'm persuasive.
Facts. She is HR. She'll find you real quick. Okay, say it. We talked about it. Are you ready for leaking oil?
Oh, I'm always ready for leaking oil, player.
Okay, so listen, I don't know if this is a little college football edition. My bad.
This is a college football edition. Leaking oil.
Said you got a Lady A said you got a fine.
What happened?
What I do?
I don't know. You find him.
Oh, that's old. I already found him.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Invoice and everything.
We got Said's leaking oil presented by Your Vehicle is Out of Castro. Check is sponsored by Check Your Engine Like You're Out of Castro Oil. Say it. Who's leaking oil, sir?
Hey, well, we might as well start right here at home. Ain't no need to going too far. We ran across a little late in the segment with Doc, but Baylor. The Golden Bears. They at the house. They parlaying. They jumping up and down. They throwing up the Golden Bear sign. TSU said, so what? Take this 14-0 in the first quarter.
Ooh, give it to him.
Hit him with the 1-2 piece. Oh, you gonna run it? Nope. We're gonna shut it down. How about this? Let me hit you with another 14 piece. Next thing you know, it's 28-13. It ain't made the halftime yet. Everybody looking around like,
what happened?
What happened, Sid?
When Baylor gonna show up?
Oh.
Baylor is doing what, Sid?
Hey, TSU came out, hit them boys with the 1-2 punch. Because you know, in college football, they took the NFL rule. The clock does not stop. So once you get into late into the third quarter, fourth quarter, if you down 2 scores,
yeah.
From what I've seen so far during this early college football season, if you're down 2 scores in the fourth quarter, that's ball game.
You better have Caleb Williams on your side.
You better have some. That's a start. That was the appetizer.
Okay.
Then we gonna slide over here to Clemson and Duke.
Oh,
why I say slide over? Because how ESPN got the nerve, the absolute positively bum-bibbly do an article on the starting quarterback who ain't started one game.
Hold on, wait.
Somewhat
What was that word?
I need to.
You know what I'm saying?
Can I get a definition?
One game in the ECAA. They already talking about he the next coming. He gets out there and lays an egg.
But Bum Bibley?
Hey.
Bum Billy. He's not gonna let that slide pass either.
I don't know what he said.
Lady A,
I need a translator, please.
You cut the wrong thing. They get out there. Hey, Duke brought Duke brought their defense. They totaled all the chains, all the chairs, all the Gatorade mix. They had it all on their side.
Okay.
All of
it. What they have on the other side?
Oh, this had the fans. The Cooler Miss fans. That's all they had over there.
That's all they had.
They was on fire. They didn't understand why they was getting lit up over there.
They were dehydrated. That's what.
And the head coach shaking his head like he can't believe it. Why? They wasn't good last year. Even when they took DJ out, I can't say his last name. I'm not gonna sacrifice.
Uncle Leo. I've been waiting to say.
No,
DJ Uncle Leo.
No, pick.
Uncle Leo Watunga.
Hey.
DJ Uncle Labunga.
No, well, pick. Fine.
Oh,
that's why I didn't try to tell you. We just gonna say DJ. Matter of fact, me and Sid established that last week.
Hold on.
We just gonna say DJ.
I got one more. DJ Captain. Caveman.
I'm talking about right here. You're doing too much. That's a fine on top of a fine.
And then my next one is North Carolina versus South Carolina.
Oh my God.
A game which I thought was gonna be more competitive than it was, but South Carolina forgot to pack the offensive line.
They missed the bus.
They forgot to. Their offensive line was in the wing line, getting extra pieces of wings and some nuggets and some chips, because every time they was on offense, the defense. That's that you, John.
John, exactly.
John, the price of admission is free.
Every time old Mr. Rattler decided to step back and throw the ball, it was like a free for all.
Sack 9 times.
He got 9.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Hey, they was out there getting some of the professional 1-2 step. Them boys got cut this year. They got 1-2. They had 1-2 steppers out there. Offensive line just it's past ports. It just open.
Yeah, that's definitely.
So hold on.
That's the definition of leaking.
This is the offensive line right here. They waiting people by. Go ahead. Like they at the entrance of the game. Come on.
So what you saying is he needs to take his offensive line out to dinner this week and have a conversation with him.
No, I think it's more than that.
They better get them boys some ankle weights, some hip weights, maybe even some shoulder weights, because they need to stand in there and block somebody. And
who else is leaking oil? Let's go.
Last but not least, Florida State versus LSU in a neutral game.
I thought that was going to be a good game.
The head coach of LSU says we're going to beat them guys this year.
Yeah, they did.
He said he's selling t-shirts.
And just swap me.
I'm trying to look past it, man. I'm trying to look past
it. That's difficult to go past.
Yeah, you ain't going past that right there.
We experienced the bumbibbly.
We did.
Hey, but you know what? LSU is had the team stayed in the locker room, man. It's like every time they got on some type of run, some type of drive, they disappeared.
Yeah,
they just disappeared.
Happened?
You know the commercial.
I really thought this was gonna be better.
The commercial that Dame Dollar got. Drinking the Gatorade. If you don't drink Gatorade, you disappear.
Yeah, you gonna disappear.
So that's what they did.
And then the head coach got the nerve to end the game. They thought they was Georgia out there playing.
That's embarrassing.
No player.
That's embarrassing.
They just showed up like that player.
And said, you told me you was worried about LSU this year. You said, I'm worried about LSU. Are you still worried?
I said it. I didn't make this up.
I mean, week one.
John.
Let me get this last piece out. What disappointed me the most was the head coach thought he was Dan Quinn. He took the best pass rush on the team and put him at linebacker. That's why you didn't hear Perkins' name called. He was at linebacker. Why he not rushing the passer?
Yeah.
Which is what Dan Quinn did to old boy from Clemson. He led the league in sacks. The following year, they put him at linebacker. He was dropping back. He disappeared. Career over.
Yeah.
Out of the league, player. Out of the league.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but that's all I got for the day.
So that's Baylor.
Because a bumbibbly came out of this.
Give us your teams that's leaking oil against it.
Baylor, Clemson, LSU.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
South Carolina.
Oh, South
Carolina. Mm-hmm. Your check engine light is on. You're leaking oil. This segment. This segment of First String Podcast, Who's Leaking Oil, is brought to you by Castro, because you ain't got nothing left. Check your engine light.
I wonder what the word is going to be next time, because...
Man, let's just hope that the Commanders is off that list.
I know. Because what in the bumbibbly would we do?
I don't know. That's a great way to say it again. Say it again. What in the bumbibbly are we going to do? At least somebody know how to use the word.
I was guessing. I hope I was right. That was interesting.
Said that was a great segment. That was an absolutely wonderful segment. John selling T-shirts for the Bum Bitly. Hey. Oh my goodness! Listen, I have to catch up right now because I have to figure out where we going next. And I just got it. No. Team USA. They bounced back. They bounced back versus Italy today.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But they did lay an egg versus Lithuania.
Yes.
It was Lithuania. Laid an egg versus Lithuania. Now, the question, is it really that Team USA, their best players aren't there? They don't have the size to match up with Lithuania. What is it? Do these NBA players not care about representing their country? Because basketball now is not an American sport. It is an international sport. And if you really look at it, right, the NBA's league MVP was who?
The league MVP?
Yeah.
Foreign.
Joker.
It was the Joker from somewhere else, not here, right? The year before that.
John is not stopping.
You already saw.
He's not stopping. He's gonna keep hitting you with the bumbibbly.
DJ said, "New segment, words with Sam."
Because said the bumbibbly stole the show.
I'm telling you, man, Do not misleak it, Oil, because we don't know what Santa's going
We
to
don't
say.
know what's about to happen.
No, we don't. But I'm gonna let him go with it, bro. Okay. What the bum Bentley are we talking about right now?
We was talking about the NBA players. Do they care about playing?
Right. Giannis plays with Greece, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is an international sport now. Like you need to show pride in that USA. And Anthony Edwards is an amazing up and coming player. But if our best players was on Team USA right now, and maybe they say, "Oh, it's not for the Olympics, so we'll be there for the Olympics." But you still have to show the world that this is our sport. And you did an excellent job. You did an excellent job versus Italy today, but you're probably going to see Lithuania again. And they know that they can beat you badly. Like you had to rally.
You got to give Anthony Edwards credit.
Oh, he's a dog.
He's been out there putting up points.
Yeah, but he can't do it by himself.
No.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think this kind of goes back to, we had recent comments from a track and field star talking about the NBA. And they were saying how they talk about their world champs and things like that. The thing is I really think they don't care. And I think it's all about that entitlement thing. Everyone just assumes the US is the best when it comes to basketball. That's what they assume. So I think that it's just like we're the best and we don't really care until it's time to show up. It's like you have to qualify, but they're just like, okay, well, let them do that. Let the people who are there now do that. And then we'll come and we'll save the day and we'll get all the glory and get the medal. They're assuming that they're underestimating everyone else.
Yeah.
It's sad. I don't think that that's the right way to go. You're talking to somebody that enjoyed watching the Dream Team, it's just different. It's a different vibe now. I really don't think that they're caring. And I think it's a generational thing. As we go along, it happens. It even happens in the music industry. A lot of people, they're so in their bubble that they think that they are it. And that's not always the case. So that's where we are.
Well, we really got to get this thing back under the control. The bum Bentley will live on. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you said. Like I said, they did do a great job. We're into the knockout round of the FIFA World Basketball Championships. I think that's what it's called. We're into the knockout phase of it right now. So let's see where they wind up. Hopefully they wind up in that championship round and they can just take this loss as a wake-up call. Division winners is where we go next, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So we do have a Thursday night football game coming up, and I gotta be honest with you guys. I was in traffic behind a car accident, and I don't have that graphic ready at all. So please forgive me. Oh my God.
We can still do the game.
Oh my God.
What's wrong?
John just sent me the T-shirt for the bum Bentley.
Hey, text it to me.
Yeah, send it to us.
I'm about to put it in the chat right now. This is
Y'all know
scary.
who I'm going with this game coming up, by the way.
This is scary. The fact that he just did that fast. It's just I just sent it to y'all. All right. Let's get this game. Let's look at this Thursday night game real fast. I got you guys. Give me 1 second. The bum Bentley is it's unstoppable.
Awful.
Oh
my goodness, John.
All right. So our Thursday night football game, we have the Detroit Lions versus the Kansas City Chiefs. So I don't have the graphic up, so you guys got to really, really pay attention right here, okay? The Detroit Lions versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Right now, the Detroit Lions are +5 at -112. Their money line is +205. The total points is 52.5. 52.5. 108 for the over, 113 for the under. The Chiefs line is -5 at -109, and they're -250 for the whistle. That's the win line. All right. Lady A is never going to pick Detroit, so we already know that.
Right.
You just want to find out which way she's going to go with that line. So say it,
Yes.
you're going to go, then I'm going to go. And of course, we know Lady A is picking the Chiefs, but how?
Mhm.
All right.
Oh, you
Okay.
want me to go first?
Yes, Ed, come on.
I guess the
The
winner from
Detroit
last,
Lions against the Chiefs.
I guess the winner from last year will go first. Let me see.
Oh my goodness.
He don't have his belt right now, Lady A. So just live with it. Because if he had that doggone belt.
Going last.
You know what? This is going to be an interesting game because one, it's in Kansas City. Kansas City should be getting their ring. They're gonna be showing up the little banner, yada yada yada. It's that day, and they're gonna try to prove a point that they can make it back to the Super Bowl. I think points are gonna be scored in this game. One, because Kansas City Chiefs still don't have a defensive end who's holding out. He wants his money, so they're short one man creating pressure. Give me give me the over.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the over on this
That
one.
makes sense.
You're taking the over in week 1, you say. Okay, I feel you. So since I'm going next here, listen. Kansas City won a Super Bowl last year. Got the best quarterback on the planet. He's a bad man. The number 1 tight end, bad man. He got a little owie right. He got a little owie, but he'll be there. I trust that Travis Kelce's going to be there. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is stepping up. Young wide receivers that they have.
Yeah.
Don't forget
They're
about
missing.
your boy.
Who?
Pikachu.
Oh, come on. I'm never going to forget Pikachu. But they're missing something on defense. And they're missing one of the best pass rushers in the game who said, maybe I'll show up in week 8. The Detroit Lions is a young, hungry team. Their defensive line is something to fear. Their defensive line is something to fear, and they only got better by adding talent this offseason. Lady A may not pick Detroit, but I think this is going to be a heavyweight fight, and I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Chiefs will win, but I think Detroit's going to cover. Give me Detroit plus the 5 at -112 right there, say it. Give me Detroit plus the 5 at -112. I think they hang in there. Lady A, tell us how the Chiefs going to do this.
Okay, because I'm not picking the Detroit Lions.
Right.
I'm going to go ahead. What happened? What's wrong? Say it.
You called them kitties.
Oh.
What the bum diddly is that?
So I recommend taking the Chiefs with the spread.
Minus the 5. So you right on the opposite side of me.
I said I recommend. So what I'm going to do.
Yes, ma'am.
For this particular game, I'm going to go ahead and say, put me down for the money. For the money. The Chiefs going to win.
Minus the 205.
You going to keep money line?
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I just want. Hey, I just
That's
need
the only way I can go.
I just need clarification, pick. Just need clarification.
That's the only way I can go.
Well, all righty then. That's what I'm talking about. We off and running in week 1.
Right.
No.
Out the gate.
All right. Here we go. We're picking conferences. We're going to do this pretty fast. All right. We're going to start off with the AFC East. All right. That would be the Bills, the Jets, the Miami Dolphins, and New England Patriots. All right. So, even with Travis out, I'm not sure if he's out just yet, Drew. I don't know if has Travis been ruled out, say it?
Which one did you say we was doing first? I'm sorry.
The AFC East. The AFC East. The Buffalo Bills, the New York Jets, the Miami Dolphins, the New England Patriots. All right. I think the Jets finish in this division at 3rd. I think Miami and the Bills fight for 1 and 2 here. New England Patriots is 4th. That is 100%. New England Patriots are 4th. The Jets offensive line, as you guys saw from Hard Knocks, is terrible. And the Miami Dolphins last year, they gave Buffalo everything they wanted with a backup quarterback. Give me Miami to win this division this year.
Why you go away, Pick?
Go ahead, lady. Talk to me. Who you got?
He went away quick.
Who would you like?
So to win the division, really, I don't like making a prediction this early because I think it's going to change. But for right now, I'm not fond of anybody in this division, but I'll take the Jets to win the division.
Rated A, Jets. Jets. Jets.
I don't like the fact that you did that because that's what I don't like about that team is their fans always spelling it. I can't stand that.
They know their letters. They didn't know their letters.
I'm glad they can spell.
Well, you know, the irony of this is week 1 is brother against brother.
Mm-hmm.
You got Dalvin Cook going against James Cook. Buffalo Bills and New York Jets week 1.
Yep.
Let's do it.
which is very interesting. We didn't get to see a lot of Miami Dolphins. And they're still that team that I believe can go either way. With Tua in the game, they're a monster. They were a monster last year. But with him in the game, they only teased the time he played during the preseason. You know, couple series here, a couple series there. You know, maybe a couple downs here and there. So you don't really know. I don't think Buffalo repeats this year as AFC East champions. I'm gonna go with Miami. I'm gonna go with a team that was hot last year. If Tua is healthy like he say he is, I think Miami win this division.
All right, let's get the group fired up here. Don't forget, man, y'all tell us who's winning these divisions as well in that chat right there. Our next division is the AFC North, the black and blue division here. We got Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Baltimore, and Cincinnati. Joe Burrow said his window is his entire career. The Pittsburgh Steelers are quietly making noise. Their head coach has never had a losing season. The Baltimore Ravens have talent all over the place, but they haven't played together. And the Cleveland Browns, Deshaun Watson's back. They haven't really put their running back, Nick Chubb, well, they haven't. Nick Chubb, no preseason. And their defense lost a couple pieces, but Myles Garrett is still him. He's still that man right there. Lady A, who do you have winning the AFC North?
So I'm sorry, Droopy. I strongly disagree with the Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to be at the bottom this year. I think Browns will take third. First and second is a toss-up for me between the Steelers and Baltimore because I do believe in Mike. And I told you guys last year, when he was down, I said he's not going to end the season the way that he was. And he didn't. He didn't have a losing season, so I was happy for that. But I do think that he is going to try really hard to redeem himself. I do believe it's going to be a toss-up between the Steelers and the Ravens. Based off of preseason performance, I'm leaning closer to the Steelers.
All right, Steelers. Okay, listen. Sid has been telling me about these Georgia Bulldogs that play for Pittsburgh. And he kept, telling me, Pick, you need to watch Pittsburgh. Coco, Pick, I'm only paying attention to my Steelers. And then, this little rookie in Baltimore, Zay Flowers, running all over the field like a little zip lighter. Zip, 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 zip. So I agree with you that Baltimore and Pittsburgh will duke it out for this division here for second place. Give me Joe Burrow and the Bengals to win this division again. Pittsburgh and Baltimore battled out for second place. All 4 teams make the playoffs from this division.
Whoa, you say 4? You calling 4?
All 4 teams make the playoffs from this division.
Okay.
And then you got to deal with.
I said 3 because I don't think Baltimore made. That's my personal opinion.
All 4 divisions. All 4. What? Coco?
We can't even put her comment up.
We cannot put Coco. You just got fined. Don't forget we fined people in the chat.
Comment up.
Coco done cussed me out and all kinds of. Man, what the bum diddly's going on around here saying?
Bum diddly.
Okay, say it. What you got? Oh, did you say it? Who you got for the AFC?
Well, my turn. Oh, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. That was quick.
Right.
I already read mine down. I think Pittsburgh wins this division. I think it'll be Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Baltimore.
I think say it literally counts how many Georgia Bulldogs is on your team, and that's who he goes with.
Yes.
And
I watched a preseason game. I watched Pittsburgh play.
They won
2 series in every game.
All right,
number ones played 2 series in every game.
Let's get through this real fast because it's getting late. All right, so the AFC South, we got Jacksonville, Tennessee, Houston, and Indianapolis. I'm gonna go first here. Indianapolis and Houston, not a chance. Tennessee was hit by the injury bug last year. This is a fight between them and Jacksonville. Give Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence to take another step forward here. Lady A, who you got?
I'm gonna do one thing. I'm not even gonna say a word. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell y'all.
Okay. She's going with Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville. That's what that is right there. She's going, and Drew's going with the Jags as well.
Jacksonville.
That's gonna be a clean sweep.
Yeah.
Clean sweep, Jacksonville.
Clean
okay. Jacksonville. So we go to the AFC. We go out to the AFC West. We got KC, the LA Chargers, the Las Vegas Raiders, and Denver. Denver and Sean Payton will fight. Vegas is going to be number 4. Denver's number 3. The Chargers and that head coach will be fired before their bye week. The Chiefs win this division hands down again without even sweating. Droop already said the Chiefs. Said who you got?
Yeah, I'm going with the man. To be the man, you got to beat the man. Give me Kansas City.
There you go. Speak on
KC. KC. Would you say, Lady A?
I said, there you go. Speak on it because that's what I'm going with.
Got to go with KC. All right, here we go.
They can't be beat.
We have the NFC East. You got Washington, the New York Giants, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles represented the NFC last year in the Super Bowl, pretty much returning that exact same team minus a couple of players and offensive and defensive coordinator. I think they do take a step back. So the question is, who is in 4th place here? The New York Giants with Brian Daboll and some pieces on the outside now, because last year they played without wide receivers. They had no wide receivers last year due to injury. You got the Washington Commanders with Eric Bieniemy and the Dallas Cowboys. This is going to break my heart to say this right here. The Cowboys win this division.
What?
It hurts to say this.
That took me aback.
The Cowboys win this division this year, and that is like pains me to say this.
I'm shocked.
I got nothing else to say. Lady A.
Yeah, that's gross. So first of all, the Giants are going to take the bottom. That's what I'm going to say. But I'm really shocked that you said the Cowboys. The Philadelphia Eagles literally had the cheat code during the draft, and this is preseason. So yeah, they didn't do so great in preseason, but let's keep it real. I will say this. It's the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Nope.
And so I'm not going to pretend. I already told you I don't like guessing for at the beginning. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my team.
Commanders it is.
All right, say it. Who you got?
Take my team.
I'm going to Philly player.
I was about to say, I knew they were going to go with Philly. That's his other team.
Yeah, it says, yeah, that's true. No, he likes
Super Bowl.
He liked the Philly Dogs, then the Philly Dogs, then the Atlanta Falcons, and then the Georgia Bulldogs. It's in that order. All right, we're going NFC North here. NFC North, We got the Green Bay Packers, the Detroit Lions, the Chicago Bears, and the Minnesota Vikings. First off, the Minnesota Vikings were fraudulent last year.
Yes.
They were fraudulent last year. They will be in fourth place this year. Do not sleep on Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. So this division is going to come down to three teams here. It's going to come down to the Green Bay Packers, the New York Giants, and yes, the fighting Justin Fields Chicago Bears, who absolutely has weapons on the outside as well as a running game this year. This is going to be a shocker to y'all, what I'm about to say. So I'm just going to put it out there right now. The Detroit Lions run this division this year, followed by the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. But only the Detroit Lions make the playoffs.
Ew. Pick, I'm so disappointed today.
I'm sorry.
Y'all think I hold foot in their mind. Is it my turn?
Yep.
Give me, I think it's going to be a dogfight between Chicago and Detroit for this division. Ain't no sleeping on Green Bay. Jordan Love hasn't played. He's going to stink it up by halfway through the year. It is what it is. We know Minnesota's fraudulent. They got rid of the best running back they had on their squad. It is what it is. Without a running game, we gonna dole everybody and let him make them run the ball. That's what they're gonna do. Make them run the ball. You know what? Give me Justin Fields in the revamped offense with wide receivers to win this division.
All right, I got you. Said he's picking the Ohio State Buckeye.
I don't care about this division. I'm just gonna let y'all know. And I don't care about the Vikings. I never did. But I was this close to being supportive of that team because they took just about the entire DC Defenders, and y'all know I love them. They just about the entire squad for preseason. Do y'all know they only kept one?
Who was that?
Practice squad, and that's Lucky Jackson.
Lucky.
He's on the practice squad though. He ain't on the roster.
Oh, he'll be there. Don't worry, because Lucky's good. He's a dog.
Lucky's really good. But for right now, they're going to the bottom of my list. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead. It's a toss-up. I really don't care. I'm gonna go with the team that I hate the least, and that's the Bears. They're gonna take it. And watch me win, y'all. I'm just gonna let y'all know. Don't get mad at me.
Is it crazy that all of us, no matter what, between Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson, that we just don't believe? It's the defense. The defense is fraudulent. The defense is fraudulent in Minnesota, and that's why we don't believe in them. Let's go to Said's division here. We're going to the NFC South. We got the New Orleans Saints, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Atlanta Falcons, and the Carolina Panthers. All right, straight to the bottom of this division. You got the Carolina Panthers. They will be fourth, followed by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the dogfight. The New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. I believe in Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson. He's going to be everywhere. Don't forget, Desmond Ridder played last year. He got a lot of experience. What?
Just keep going.
All right. He got a lot of experience last year, and that's going to do something this year, right? So give me the Atlanta Falcons to win this division right here. Say it. Who you got?
I'm going with the team I said going to win at least 10 games. The Atlanta Falcons.
All right. You know what?
Own it, sir.
I'm proud, Sid. Last season, you ain't had no faith in your team. And you know what? I'm going with them too. I feel like the Falcons got this. You want to know why? Hey, Pick, watch this. You want to know why?
Tell them why.
Because they got an amazing QB too. Man, that Taylor Heineke, I tell you.
Taylor Heineke.
So go Falcons.
Go Falcons. All right, our last division that we got to talk about is way out west. We got the NFC West right here. We got the Arizona Cardinals, the Seattle Seahawks, San Francisco 49ers, and the Los Angeles Rams. Let's go from the bottom right here. The Los Angeles Rams will be that team on the bottom this year.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I messed up. The Arizona Cardinals will be that team on the bottom this year.
That's a good one.
Followed closely by the Los Angeles Rams, which means that the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers will absolutely be fighting it out. Not so fast, Droopy. Not so fast. Don't just give this to the San Francisco 49ers because they're loaded. They're missing a Bosa.
Yeah.
They're a couple of injuries away from their defense falling apart.
Yeah.
Their quarterback, Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, finished the season with an injury.
Yep.
Everybody says that the quarterback is the most important position in the game until you don't have one. And are we sure we're sold on Brock Purdy just yet? Give me Geno and the Seattle Seahawks with those outstanding wide receivers, a steadily improving defense, and a running game to beat the San Francisco 49ers and own this division. Lady A, who you got?
I actually have the exact same order. And let me tell you why. Remember last year preseason, we were talking about Seattle and how they were missing their dear quarterback. And I said,
yes.
No. That young man that is now QB1 will do some things. I think he's had time to be in that system as QB1 and grow. I do think that it's going to be a little bit of a struggle between them and San Francisco, but I think Seattle may pull it out for the win.
Okay, there we go. You just can't say stuff like that. Woo, it's getting late. I hate to see you find yourself. All right, say it. Go for it.
I let them slide by because I'm a grown up today. It's going to be a toss-up between Seattle and San Francisco. Although San Francisco did draft a dog. At defensive end, Robert Bill. But he's a rookie. He has stuff to work on.
Bye.
But I think missing the Bosa. If Bosa does not play, then Seattle wins this division. If Bosa signs before Sunday, it goes back to San Francisco.
Still can't play. Not this week. I'm
just saying. But right now, all of us on the same sheet of paper. Without Bosa, this team is just average on defense because you're missing that one side, that pressure from one side of the field. But with Bosa, it changes this team all the way around because now you got to adjust your scheme to him, double teaming on one side of the field, which will free somebody else up, like Robert Bill. Just saying.
Yeah. I'm with you. Say, have we covered everything?
That's everything right there, my brother. We hit it all today.
We hit it all. Listen, I hope you guys enjoyed the Bumbiddly show called First String Podcast today. It was outstanding. Lady A had to bounce a little early. We had Doc. Thank you, Doc, for joining us as well. On our Thursday show, man, I'm still putting that together. I think we got everything covered for Thursday, but let me check.
What? We need picks.
Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, put it in the chat. Picks. We got college picks coming up for you guys on Thursday. We appreciate each and every one of you guys for always watching, listening. Do not forget to hit the like button, hit the bell to enable alerts for new content just like this. And most important part is that you guys tell a friend about First String Podcast. All right, say it. Man, your leaking oil segment was amazing today. Can't wait to see what happens next week with that, man. College picks, we got you guys. College picks will be ready on Thursday. We will put some more money in you guys' pocket. So we really do appreciate each and every one of y'all for real. Shouts out to my son, United States Air Force. First String Podcast, second to none. Come get some. Go ahead and tell him, say it.
Go Dogs.
Hail.
Great passing the fighting.